So I definitely think that Penn shouldn't accept this kind of offer. And I say this because I think it's considering the diversity here at Penn and just like the various ideas that are present, I think it would kind of be too polarizing. Like it would, like the decision would, I feel, kind of strip away some of that diversity that is here at Penn. And so I definitely think that, and in addition to like funding, UPenn doesn't need it. We have a lot of alumni networks, and I feel like if there was a case, like the alumni would just help more, and like we don't really need that support as in the comparison to other schools that may need more of that funding. So yeah, that's my opinion.
I think I look at this in two different lenses. I think one of them is the political science lens of, do we want officials, elected or not, to be saying how experts on the situation, like experts in the world, in a place of academia, to what extent do we want electeds telling experts to do? I think there's that piece. And honestly, I think there's some places where a very much like a prescribed curriculum can be super valuable, but I don't think higher education is one of them. I think the other piece is that the statements say a lot about these radical left values, these like Marxist values. And I mean, you look at Penn and you see that 50% of people are going into either international banking or financial consulting. My professors must be pretty bad Marxists if 50% of students are going into the banking sector. I think it's ridiculous. I don't think it's something that Penn should sign at all. I recognize the need for federal funding, but I think about, the words that are written on my shirt. Penn's motto is "Laws without morals are useless." And this would be a moment where we ask what's more important, the money or the morals. And I implore Penn to take the moral side, but we'll see. I'm scared, but at the end of the day, like I'm here to learn and develop and grow as a person and leave my mark on the world. I think for me, no matter what happens at the federal level, I have confidence that somehow in the end of the world, it'll be okay, or at least I will have fun in this time that I'm here. So I'm not I'm not like in my room screaming about it all day, but I do think that, at the end of the day, I do have a responsibility and a role to play in sharing my stories and my thoughts. But yeah, I think it's ridiculous to say that Penn has crazy radical left views if half of Penn is going into financial services. I mean, the president himself has gone to Wharton and knows the process, and I would not consider it very radical left in there.
I feel that something that is education-based, it should be supported and not forced into anything that it is not structurally meant to do. There's a reason that those kind of laws were made and those motions were made to support students for education. And I think that the message is getting lost in the action, and we just need to back off and maybe mind our business a little bit and let the institution do what it was meant to do and support the students.
I feel like this is kind of sort of an attack on me, who I am, a lot of my family, and a lot of my friends here at Penn and throughout my life. And also, I guess I can kind of see where they're coming from, but to me it's coming from a very privileged standpoint of this doesn't directly impact me, this doesn't directly benefit me, so here's why we're going to cut it and do other things and move a certain direction, where I believe America is founded based off diversity, based off equity, and the inclusion of all of that into our modern society, which manifests in many, many ways that we see today. And furthermore, I just think, the connotation of DEI can sometimes aggressively take on just race, and it becomes like this racial divide, which we've seen through years in America. And it actually is much, much more than that. Like it can span to things like getting extra testing for students with ADHD or ADD who take medication or anything like that. Like it's much more broad than just race, which is like kind of how the media likes to portray things nowadays.